Caitlin Clark 2025 MVP trophy is loaded. Angel Wilson better bring the best she has, because as of right now, Caitlin Clark is about to give her a run for her money.
Caitlin Clark just silenced her skeptics once more. In order to prove her past, the fever phenom is seen in a new video going through taxing workouts. Next year's inaugural season should be even better. Clark is more than eager to dominate the NBA, as evidenced by her first session with new Fever coach Stephanie White, but it goes beyond the mere physical improvements. From her early struggles to her present pursuit of greatness, Clark's mental toughness has propelled her ascent to WNBA record breaker, as revealed in her most recent interview with People magazine. Clark's tale is one of unwavering resolve that is poised to achieve unprecedented heights. Prepare to discover a hitherto undiscovered aspect of Clark.
Caitlin Clark is going to be the best player in the W by the end of the 2025 season. I'm saying it right here, and I'm saying it right now. She will be the best player in the W.
Imagine this. The air crackles with excitement as Caitlin Clark, fresh off her record-breaking rookie season, enters the gym with new Fever coach Stephanie. Flash before our eyes shattered 62 records, led the league in assists, and led the league in three-pointers. But something's different. Clark fans actually double-take at those arms because they're bigger and more defined. Clark has been working hard. This isn't just the player who dominated the WNBA the previous season. This is Clark 2.0, poised to advance.
Oh my God, dude. Caitlin has truly got in her back.
What is causing this change, then? It's a recipe for dominance. Clark's summer focus has been razor-sharp, strengthening, improving her accuracy, and creating an unstoppable mid-range game.
I know that you work really hard in the off-season. You said yesterday you're always trying to get better. What's the thing that you're working on in this off-season?
I think, honestly, besides the actual basketball skill part of it, I think getting stronger, that's what I'm focusing on. I'm in the weight room a lot, just building that strength. Obviously, it was hard going right from the college season to the professional season. You don't get to spend a lot of time in the weight room, so that's what I've tried to focus on the most here. And then obviously, a lot of things on the court. I'm always wanting to get better, and that's kind of what drives me, and I love it. I love getting to do it, and I feel very fortunate that it's my job.
Let's examine that extra muscle. Experts say it will help Clark finish stronger at the rim and absorb impact like a pro, and we know she gets a lot of contact. It's not just for show. It's frightening to think that Clark, who is already a scoring machine, can easily defeat opponents, isn't stopping there. She has been improving her shooting form, and it's clear why. The extra strength improves stability and balance when pulling up for shots. Clark was already dangerous at 42% of the field. The stuff of defender nightmares is Clark's increased precision, and then there's the mid-range game. In addition to being unstoppable at the rim and developing a silky smooth mid-range jumper coach, Clark is working to become a triple threat. Stephanie White is fully committed to Clark's potential and has witnessed firsthand how quickly she adjusts, describing her as a high IQ player who has adapted to the professional game with ease. However, White is not only focused on Clark's physical prowess, she is pushing her to become a leader in order to improve both her own game and that of her teammates. How will these changes affect Clark on the court? We're going to learn that her new training regimen is rigorous, honing floaters through contact, endless shooting drills. It provides insight into the thoughts of a player who is constantly seeking more, but the bad news is that this bodily change is only the start. Things get pretty fascinating when Clark rebuilds not just her body, but also her entire strategy for the game and her mental edge.
Now starting for the Iowa Hawkeyes, Katie Clark!
Consider a little girl who is surrounded by doubtful boys who are trying to make her belong. How did that same girl grow up to become the self-assured superstar who rules the WNBA today? Clark's transformation into a basketball legend illustrates a startling reality about what motivates champions. Let's go back to Clark's early years. She didn't have many options for girls' basketball leagues, so she immediately joined the boys' leagues. This wasn't a big deal. It was just normal, but she had no idea that those early experiences were molding her into a mental powerhouse.
What kind of impact did they have on your work ethic?
Yeah, my dad played sports in college, my mom played in high school, didn't play in college. I had a bunch of cousins that played in
college sports, high school sports, whatever it was. So that's who I looked up to. I was one of the younger cousins, a big Italian family. So that's kind of just what you did. You followed each other around. You were each other's best friends. So I think that's where it comes from. Like I always had to find a way to kind of hold my own, whether it was older cousins, whether it was the boys I was playing with, whether I was playing up with the girls, whatever it was. So.
Image, how did Clark develop that unwavering confidence? It all began at home, where her parents never told her she couldn't do anything just because she was a girl. They allowed her to compete, fail, and learn on her own terms, which gave her the fearless mindset that has carried Clark all the way to the pros. When Caitlin was younger, she was dribbling around boys who didn't believe in her abilities. Her dad even coached the league, and there was even talk of her being named MVP, but some parents weren't happy about a girl possibly taking that title.
I've dreamed of this moment since I was in second grade, and it's taken a lot of hard work, a lot of ups and downs, but just a belief in myself, and my parents always instilled confidence in me.
However, this is where things start to get interesting. In a recent interview with People magazine, Clark revealed some profound insight. When I have failed, I've been confident in myself. Think about that for a second. Most people lose confidence after failure. Clark doesn't simply rely on natural talent. She also has a secret weapon, her thinking. She doubles down, Clark.
I think that's what kind of drove me, and I failed a lot because people were older or people were better, and I couldn't stand that. And I think that's kind of what gave me that competitive passion and that fire.
It's like lifting weights for your brain, building up that competitive muscle. Clark has been pumping iron since day one, and now she's taking that battle-tested mentality to the WNBA. But can she keep that fire burning at the highest level? All the signs point to yes. Remember, this is the same girl who thrived on proving doubters wrong. Psychologists devour this stuff.
I've loved playing basketball since I was a young girl, and that's not going to change. The biggest thing is just be myself and have fun. And if I do that, I think the rest is going to take.
In addition to sharing her mental edge with the next generation, Clark is encouraging young athletes to believe in themselves. These are simple words, but coming from Clark, they have a powerful impact. If you've watched this far and are enjoying the video, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We understand that watching this video takes up some of your time, and we appreciate it. Let's get back to the action.
Stephanie White is not taking a second away from getting in the lab and helping Caitlin Clark develop her game even more. Experience is the best teacher.
Thus, the key question for year 2 is how far Clark's unwavering thinking can carry her. She is already rewriting record books, but I don't think we've seen anything yet with her body and mind working in perfect harmony. Clark is aiming for even greater things. Caitlin Clark is just getting started, and his thinking is only one piece of the jigsaw. The coach, Stephanie White, is tasked with maximizing Clark's potential. Can a new leader genuinely change a whole franchise? The rest of the league better be on guard. White gave some important hints about what will happen next in his first interview as the head coach.
It's our job then as coaches to continue to put them in positions to succeed, and our job as a franchise to put the pieces around them that will fill some of the gaps and fill some of the holes, and ultimately our goal is to win championships and to hang banners.
Imagine Stephanie White, who just stepped up to the platform after a successful tenure with the Connecticut Sun, her eyes gleaming with anticipation. Her coaching philosophy, which focuses on relationships and player development, has basketball experts nodding and applauding as she lays out her plan for the Indiana Fever. And guess what? That fits in perfectly with Clark's style of play, where White wants to play fast, let her stars use their instincts, and create a system where everyone shines.
I also want our players to use their instincts and to play free. You know, we want to make plays, not run plays, right? We want to have sets that give us certain spacing that we want, depending upon our rotations, who's on the floor, who we want to attack, what matchups we want to get to, how can we manipulate them. So we'll have certain play calls that just give us space to operate, and then whichever play we make, whichever pass we make, determines, you know, one of 3 actions that our players can read from. And so really giving them the freedom to play within a system.
However, this is where things start to get interesting. White didn't just show up with a predetermined plan. Instead, she sat down with Clark and asked her directly, how do you want to improve? What are some things you want to work on? This isn't just coach jargon. It's a leader who knows that teamwork is the key to greatness.
What's your approach when you're coaching greatness like that?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, just talking basketball, right? Just having general basketball conversations about what she's watching, what she likes, what are some of the things that what are some of her thoughts from, not just what the Indiana Fever have done, but from the game of basketball in general.
Now, some may wonder if White can truly maximize Clark's abilities while improving the team as a whole. Well, let's take a look at her track record. In 2015, her first season as head coach, she led the team to the WNBA Finals and, with the help of the Sun, she transformed them into a powerhouse in just 2 years.
We know Stephanie White is a player's coach because she actually played the game. And not only did she actually play the game, she played for the exact same uniform Caitlin is playing for today with the exact same number. This, my friends, is going to be one hell of a 2025 season.
In addition to focusing on Clark's athletic abilities, White sees the wider picture. She states that although Clark has adapted to the WNBA swiftly, it is now time for her to become an outstanding leader for the team. White is developing a franchise in addition to creating a star player. The cornerstone began.
I started watching Caitlin Clark when she was in the 8th grade when I was at Vanderbilt.
How about that?
And then I called a lot of her games in college when she was at Iowa. And so I've really watched her continue to learn and grow, and I have great relationships with her college coaches and had multiple conversations with them throughout the course of her career about what the next steps would be, right, and what the next level would be.
Since this is where things get electric, how will Clark's enhanced abilities work with the Fever's current stars? With her lightning-fast release, two-time All-Star Kelsey Mitchell is the ideal scoring complement to Clark's playmaking. Wizardry, it's like watching puzzle pieces fall into place as Boston 2023, the Rookie of the Year and rebounding monster, provides Clark with a dominant inside presence to feed. Don't forget about Lexi Hull, whose versatility and defense free up even more room for Clark to do her magic. Mitchell will be even more dangerous because of Clark's capacity to create shots for other people. Boston will score easier baskets thanks to her accurate passing, and everyone will have more space thanks to her increased strength and mid-range ability.
And these players got great experience in the playoffs this year. They're all hungry to grow and hungry to improve and hungry to be coached and hungry to win. And when you have 3 foundational players and your big 3 that have that mindset, have that mentality, and great things can happen.
As the pieces come together and the excitement grows, it becomes evident that the Indiana Fever aren't just hoping to compete anymore. They're aiming for the top and have the perfect storm of talent and leadership to get there. The basketball world is beginning to take notice as experts whisper about championship potential and fans dream of an MVP opportunity reverberating through Gainbridge Fieldhouse. But this isn't just hype. This is the beginning of something special, a new era for the team built around a generational talent and led by a coach who knows how to win. As the new WNBA season approaches, basketball analysts are giddy with anticipation as they predict that Caitlin Clark's sophomore year will be off the charts. We're talking about potentially historic numbers here, a double-double average that would put her in a league of her own. Some experts predict that Clark could average over 23 points and 10 assists per game next year. If this is true, we'd be witnessing something the WNBA has never seen before.
As for that MVP trophy, I don't know who do the damn voting, but I'm telling you right now, Caitlin probably is finna win by a landslide. I see Caitlin averaging 25 to 30 points this season.
What underlies these exaggerated expectations first? Unlike last year, when Clark entered the professional ranks right out of college, she has had time to rest, think, and really focus on her game. That's a huge advantage for any player, but for someone with Clark's work ethic, it's a game changer. Next, there's the team chemistry. Clark had months to get along with her teammates who were on the court with Kelsey. Mitchell Boston and Lexi Hull will only get better, and let's not overlook Coach Stephanie White, whose quick-paced, player-friendly style seems to be a perfect fit for Clark's abilities.
I'm not one of those coaches that is going to be set in her ways. Not one of those coaches that isn't, I'm willing to try new things.
But here's the big question. Can Clark handle the pressure? The attention is intense. Every move she makes is scrutinized, and every shot is examined. Some players might crumble under that kind of scrutiny, but keep in mind that this is Caitlin Clark, the player who has thrived on dispelling doubters since she was a child. Experts are already making MVP predictions based on Clark's projected stats, and they're looking at numbers that match previous winners. If she can lead the team in assists and scoring while increasing the team's overall success, the MVP trophy may just bear her name. As a generational talent with a chip on her shoulder and the ability to support it, Clark is not your typical sophomore.
The new tangible she just put in her bag. Caitlin's going to be unguardable. And if you do try to box her in like you did on the Christie side, guess what? You're going to open up the whole court. She's going to be an assist distributing machine.
The question on everyone's mind is how high Clark can go in the Fever climb. A playoff spot seems certain given Clark's trajectory and the team's improved roster, but some are whispering about championship contention. It may sound crazy, but in sports, the new season is quickly approaching, and all eyes are on Indiana, eager to see if Clark can make these audacious predictions come true. Whether you're a diehard fan or just a casual basketball fan, you won't want to miss what's about to happen on the court.
Caitlin is an incredible basketball player. Caitlin is dedicated to the art of playing basketball. And you want to know why she didn't do Unrivaled? Do y'all really want to know why? Because of this footage right here. Caitlin knew more had to be done. More had to be done.
Caitlin Clark is not only playing the game, but she is reinventing it with each dribble, pass, and clutch shot. Her journey from collegiate superstar to WNBA sensation is nothing short of fantastic. Clark's influence extends beyond the court. She inspires a new generation of athletes by demonstrating what is possible when you believe in yourself. Her message is clear: work hard, stay confident, and don't let anyone tell you what you can't do. As the new season draws near, fans are eagerly awaiting the Fever's May 17th opener against the Chicago Sky, and you can be sure that Clark will be ready to put on a show because Indianapolis will host the WNBA All-Star Game on July 19th. Clark is determined to lead the squad to greater heights and prove that last year was only the beginning. She is not only pursuing personal glory. Are you prepared for Caitlin Clark to take us on a wild ride? Please let us know in the comments, like, and subscribe so you don't miss anything. We'll see you in the next one after you click the video on the screen.